FM.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Disability Life. This time is, of course, Christmas Day, so that could only mean one thing, and that is it's a Christmas special. Thank you very much for everyone that's joined me, not just this Christmas, but for the last 3 years all in total. And I'm saying that because this is actually my last podcast episode on Voice FM. It's been 3 years. So the first year I did Surround Sports podcast, and that was while I was still at uni doing my masters. And then when I left uni that summer, because I graduated by that point, or nearly graduated, I then moved on into Disability Life from last year. So I did series 1 of that, and then I thought, well, I'll do another year of it, which is this year, 2025. And it's, without this podcast series, I would never have met some incredible people that I've had on. I wouldn't have had some amazing contacts, I wouldn't have had the people or the contacts or the kind of experiences that I've had over the last 2 years, 3 years of doing this. I have now decided to move on, not from Voice of Phone completely. I've only decided to move on from the podcast part of Voice of FM. And I'm going off into my own new adventure. I'm starting a new podcast away from Voice FM, and so trying to do that and then do a continuation of this would not be viable really. It would be too much work on my hands, as it is just me interviewing them, getting in contact, then actually interviewing them, recording them like I am now, talking to you, having to set all this equipment up and then edit and then put it up by a certain time, certain day for it to be released. And trust me, that is knackering. So I've decided to, a little bit of a secret, I've actually started a new podcast with somebody else that has appeared on this very podcast this year. So that's all I'm going to say on that subject. All I'm going to say to you is wait until the new year. If you've got me on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or Twitter, or if you follow me on LinkedIn or whatever, stay tuned and find out in the new year what that podcast is, and then at that point you will know who it's with as well. And I hope you follow my journey on that as well. So I'm not leaving Voice of FM, as I said. I'm still doing the radio, so you will still hear my lovely voice, ranting voice like this, on Tuesdays from 2 till 4 every Tuesday, and that's a D word with Callum Brennan obviously as well. So I'm still doing that. I'm just not doing Voice of FM podcasts anymore. That's not to say we may come back. I spoke to Zan, the station manager of Voice of FM, and he said, like friends, we're going on a break. If Disability Life does come back, at this point I've got no idea. All I can say is that we're going on a bit of a break, and somebody may as well just pick up the baton and run with it, or wheel with it, or whatever, or it may not come back at all completely. I'm not sad to come back. Who knows? Who knows what the future's going to bring? So, yeah. But what I do want to say is a massive thank you to everyone that's appeared on the 3 podcast series that I've done. So thank you to everyone that's appeared on the Surround Sport podcast. Thank you to everyone that's appeared on the Disability Life Series 1 of the podcast. And then thank you for everyone that's appeared on this series, Series 2 of the Disability Life podcast. And I wouldn't have done any of this without you and your input and your wonderful stories of your lives. Some of them have made 6.3k views, some of them have got 5k views, some of them have got like 1,000 views. I mean, how many views you've got at this point, I've got no idea, but I'll have a look. But yeah, it's been an amazing 3 years of my podcast journey, and I would like to thank you, of course, the viewers, for watching every single one of them. Maybe you've got some of them. But even if you've seen specific ones, thank you so much for being part of my journey. And yeah, and a massive thank you to Sam Phillips for letting me have this wonderful opportunity to do this. Have a very happy Christmas today, as it is the 25th of December. Well, it's not the time recording, but it will be when by the time this comes out. But Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a wonderful new year and a brilliant start to 2026, as my new podcast will be as well. And I will tell you all about this new podcast that I've got in the new year on the radio, on the D-Road, so don't miss out on that. So enjoy the festivities if you do enjoy them, if you do actually celebrate Christmas. If you don't, have a good one, and I'll talk to you again in the new year on the D-Word on Voice FM Radio. And all that's left for me to say is to say thank you. Goodbye. Thank you.
Voice. Let's go. Voice FM.